Welcome to T4's on a budget, just like this video is. What's up everyone, Joho here, bringing you yet another T4's on a budget. We're doing the X-Men team today, so these have 6 members, not your standard 5, so you can mix and match with these, just like you used to win Woolworths. That's in the UK. I don't think the Americans had that, but if you remember Woolworths, they had their best pick and mix ever. And way to go off topic. We're going to start straight off now. Let's go with Colossus. So Colossus, people would say one or the other, enduring protection or steel form, not necessarily one or the other, but to do enduring protection first, then steel form, or steel form, then enduring protection. Personally, steel form for me, straight up, and defense up for 2 turns on spawn. That's what you get. You do get a bit of a with the charge and stuff like that, but that defense up for 2 turns must have when you pair up with Phoenix. So steel form first. Then if you want to put in some more, get enduring protection. I personally haven't, because matches just don't last that long for me, for make it worth free. If you're taking them into like a dark dimension or using them in raids, yeah, it would be worth that, definitely, because it will increase the taunt as well for more. So I would do that if you're using them in raids or dark dimension. I'm personally not taking them into raids or dark dimension. I only use my X-Men team on boss battles in raids as like a one-off nuke team. In Dark Dimension 3, which I'm going to be heading into hopefully soon, I'm not going to be using my Colossus. I've decided to use Cyclops instead, for the damage instead of the survivability. So that is definitely down up to you on what you're going to be using them for. Other people do say about the ring tip. This one, sorry, I can't read for shit. Anyway. So with this one, it's because of the offense down for 2 turns instead of just the 1 turn. On the counter, that's nice and stuff like that. I don't think that's necessary. If you personally want to do it, by all means, but I'm on this one saying no. Phoenix. This is probably one of those ones that even on a budget, you want to invest in heavily for her. She is fucking incredible as a toon. Absolutely amazing. So you just do them. So with bestowed light, you want to do that cause it's not so much this bit, but when she summons her dark Venus, this goes from 15% to 20. Incredibly vital when it's coming to Dark Dimension. Trust me, when Dark Dimension 3 comes, you want Phoenix. She's the biggest, baddest character for Dark Dimension 3 at the moment, and that 20% is massive. Then of course Phoenix Force you want, because it's a nuke, so you just want that clear all positives instead of, I think it's 3, and yeah, 3, and you get the extra damage, as well as that does the same for the summon, so just massive. You want Phoenix Rising as well. The extra health, extra damage is incredible, and that's just how it is. Some people do put in that. I'm on a budget. I couldn't afford to put 3 into it, let alone 4. But she's that good that I had to put the 3 into her. So I've held off on that 4th. I don't see me even doing that for Dark Dimension 3, if I'm being honest, because she's only going to live to do a special. So just those 3. So we're up to 4 at the moment, really. Maybe 5, depending on how you use Colossus, Cyclops. So absolutely OP character. When he gets to unleash his optic devastation, it is goodbye to the other team. I can't wait to get him another gold star, so because I've got him at 5 gold stars, very lucky there. But people always would then think to do this as their T4. No, the slow is great, don't get me wrong, but usually after this goes off, the other team ain't around. And if they are, it scraps and they're not going to make it at 2 turns. So it's not actually that you want to do first, it's team synergy, because when you do team synergy, you get 2 charges every turn instead of 1, and up to a maximum of 20, and with that you get 25% extra damage on his optic station per charge. So big numbers. That is what you want to do instead of that 50% damage and the slow. This I may be doing for Dark Dimension 3, Like I said, I'm taking him in, but again, I don't see that the slow 2 turns is really going to help me that much. Maybe if I have a solid global team, but at the moment it's going to just be him, Ultron and Phoenix, so probably not. To me, leave as it is, and the same with Optic Blast. Next, Psylocke. This is a fine example of what fucking not to do. Do not click one of her abilities and then accidentally click to level it up, then contact support and realise they can't even reverse it. Don't upgrade this one. It is the biggest waste of T4's I've ever done on this game, and I'm so regretted accidentally clicking that button. If I was gonna do any with her, I would have done the Astral Butterflies, because it transfers all negative effects instead of 3 with the X-Men, but I wouldn't have even done that. Leave her out how she is. Same with Wolverine, leave him how he is. Storm, I would say you use if you use the X-Men for raids, which at the moment, again, I don't, apart from the bosses for the nuke team, like I said. But if you're going to put a T4 into it, this one's really good to do, because it increases the maximum charge from 15 to 20, so when she can build up more charges, and when then she releases her Storm of the Century, it hits like the Storm of the Century, to be fair. I may invest in her, like that one, when Beast comes out, because Beast is looking like when he's added, he will replace Phoenix to make X-Men a raid team, and so when that happens, I might do the Colossus one and the Storm one, so that's an extra 2, but then at least, even though it's only one team, and you're on a budget, like we've said, you got 2 uses. You got a badass arena team, badass ball team in any mode, as well as them raids, but that's it. So you heavily invest in your Phoenix, your 3, then I would say your Colossus, Cyclops, and that's it. So when you think about it, it's only 3, 4, 5, again, a nice 5 for these teams. Try and keep it down to 3 to 5, maybe go up to 6, depending on some of the teams. But even this one, like I said, it's only a 5 really you'd want to invest at this level. That is pretty much going to wrap it up today. Again, thank you, and I hope this helps.
From all of us here at my home, I'm Joho, and you stay classy, YouTube.